Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. The Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus is proud to bring to you Chris the Comic Vet and SlabHub 2.0. Why do we call it 2.0? I don't know. I just made that up as I went along right now, figuring since it's Chris's Slabs, it's version 2. So, Chris, how are you doing today?
Good, Robert. How are you?
Robert, my God, so formal now. Christopher. I didn't know you were my parents.
I guess I won't go there again.
Oh, hey, how you doing there, Chop and Drop? Welcome, Cat Fan Comics. This Crucius, I've seen he posted even earlier, this probably about 3 hours before we went live. He's so excited for Slab Hub.
He's a good dude.
Shop for comics. We can't wait. I've got some stuff coming later this week, I think, that you're gonna like. Shop. Hello from Lucretius again. Shop again. Stephen C. How you doing? Welcome, Comic Fam. Chip Getler, creator of my 10-second countdown instead of that 30-second countdown.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, I'm not that talented to change countdown. Not like you and your timey-wimey one I saw the other day. That was
Manny from the Tomorrow Cinema. I heard that he had some skill, so I reached out to him and I said, Manny, I would love a countdown, so I don't have to use the normal
boring
the StreamYard one.
Yeah.
And I said, just name your price, whatever it is. It just give me something that has a little bit of a military flavor to it. And he's like, leave it with me. And then a little while later, he reached out to me and sent me a file. And I said, that is terrific. Like the numbers appear to be like the military numbers where you spray paint or whatever. And it had like a very, very cool, tunnel effect with some camo on it. And
it was very like Doctor Who meets the military.
Yeah. And and I said to him, okay, what do I owe you? And he just said, whenever you use it, try to shout out a small channel so everyone gets to continue to grow. And I just thought that was just a wonderful thing by him. So everyone, if you're not subscribed to the Tomorrow Cinema, Manny is a wonderful man. And I know his wife does content too. Please check out that nice family. And see, this community is just a wonderful thing.
I had a lot of fun. I was on his show last week, I think it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember anymore. It's a blur. I've lately been. I know I was doing back to back with Remy Q's show and his show, and then somebody else. It all kind of blew. Were you there?
The Wednesday you popped on mine for New Comic Book Day hangout.
Oh, that too. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I don't. It's all confusing to me. I don't know what's going on. That's right. That's right. When I did yours, that was so. It must have been I was on the week before with with Manny, because if I was on with you this week for your New Comic Book thing, because I was outside grilling chicken. That's right.
Right.
Anyways, hey, we're not here to talk about food. Before I get sidetracked and start talking about it, we're here to talk about slabs, sexy slabs, and we're still deep in Chris's collection. Checking that out. Which we got this week and another week at least, right?
I may have some more stuff for next week. This week is going to be my pride and joy.
Ooh, and then we'll be bringing on some guests to share some of theirs following that. So we're starting to line up guests now. I have a couple people I'm talking to. For those of you at home who would like to play along and be a part of Slab Hub and feature, whether you want to show off all your slabs over several weeks or whether you just want to put together a greatest hits and beyond for 1 week, make sure you just reach out to myself through Instagram and we'll get you into the schedule for future editions of Slab Hub. But without further ado, Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Family, when Rob decided to flip the script, week one, this is now the third week. Week one was a week where I basically showed off a lot of my personal grails and a lot of my big keys, like this 9.9 foil variant, first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. last week I showed off a lot of original sketches because I know Rob is into original artwork. So I was showing off most of my 9.8 originals sketch work. And like I said a few moments ago, this week I'm going to show off my crown jewels. When I decided to get back into comic books, I wanted to focus mainly on a lot of buying new books that I would enjoy reading, but I wanted to fill the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 to issue number 50 the best that I can in graded form. Now I do have some between 1 and 50 that are not slabbed yet. I'm waiting for the border to open back up so I don't have to deal with shipping costs and the whole 9 yards, and that's a story for another day. But today on SlabHub, we're going to focus on Spider-Man 1 through 50. Now I have shown off the issue number 1 that I have, and I'll save that for a little bit later. But let's just get started on number 50. Now this is a big time, or I should say, this is a key that got really hot a few years back when Netflix started showing the Kingpin on Daredevil, and then again on Punisher, and yep, this bad boy got in on the train at the right time, thankfully. This is a 3, because again, low grade is better than no grade.
Oh, believe me, on the because I too, as you know, I've been doing my sub 100s, and I've been acquiring quite a few lately. I mean, I've actually realized I have like about 30 sub 100 ASM books at graders or stacked here to go to pressing. But this is one of those books that is not yet in my collection, and it's one of those books that every time I look at a copy, it's like, oh my God, we're up there now on the pricing on it. And I'm like, why? I mean, it's significant, but God damn.
Yeah, this book has not been, I can tell you right away, this book has not been pressed. I can see some minor creases through it. Would it be enough to jump to a 4.0? Probably. Would it go even higher? Probably not. So is it worth, but is it worth it for me at this point to do it, considering as most of you know, that I live in Canada and the Canadian dollar is still not that well against the U.S. greenback. Maybe one day, but I do have a few others that I would rather get pressed before that one.
Yeah, no. Hey, how are you doing, Whack Comics? Welcome to joining us there. Navs Comics here. Nos Feast has joined us. The thing is, there are a lot of books I've been seeing that they said not all grade, a 3.5 is not the same as a 3.5. 2 3.5s are not created equal. And when you can find one like that presents well, where the issues are limited to along the borders and stuff, that when you're looking at it, that is a solid book to have in the collection to chalk it up and go. And I've had to do that with myself, because I was originally looking at trying to keep them all above 6, but then I started realizing that just wasn't going to happen. And in this range, starting to look at 3s and 4s and stuff like that, and probably when I get to the sub number 5 or number 9, have to start looking at even less. But the one thing I've always said is, if I have a chance to upgrade a book when it comes to 1 through 50, I will. But I wanted to have at least 90% of the numbers knocked off before I started doing that kind of thing. Because if I upgrade a book, I'd still have to spend $200 to upgrade it significantly, then turn around and after I flip the book of the lower scale, like I said, hopefully it'd be about a $250 investment in it. But that 250 can get me a 2 or 3.0 raw copy in which I can go and get slabbed. So I'm at the point where, yes, I am starting to upgrade here and there, because I do have a significant amount of books knocked off, but I'm still hesitant on I got a 6.0. Do I really want a 7.5? When the 6.0 looks right, though, looks sharp, if the deal is right. I mean, that's the whole reason why I upgraded my first appearance of Scarecrow, Silver Age Scarecrow from my 4.0 to a 7, was the price was right, that I couldn't say no, and the and the value and the strength of how, I mean, the 4.0 took me no time to sell. I mean, it sold in like 2 days. So it wasn't like it was a big deal. So, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It's not your focus to upgrade, but still when something comes, happens to come your way, you're not going to step over it and walk on by.
Exactly.
All right.
Issue 49. Issue 49 is a cool cover. This is John Romita is still well into his run of ASM, and this one features basically, 2/6 of the Sinister Six. It's Vulture and Craven, issue 49 and a 6.0.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. This is issue 47 of my favorite villain, or featuring my favorite villain, in a 6.5. The side notes are it's a Craven appearance, and the Green Goblin is featured in a cameo in a flashback.
Oh yeah,
love it. I love me some Craven.
It's got some of those early Craven covers are great. They're just so amazing.
All right, this is issue 45. It's a very bright cover. It's a 5.5, and it's the third appearance of the Lizard.
Oh yeah, that is a damn hard book to get too in a high grade. I thought I had one, and I sent mine in. And I was thinking it was a 7.5, 8, and then it came back like a 6.5, I think it was, and I was just like, oh my god.
Yep, that yellow is so tricky to get in a good grade.
But that is, I think of the early Lizard covers, that one is probably my favorite of them. The yellow, the characters just pop on off that yellow background so damn well.
All right, issue 43 features the first full appearance of Mary Jane Watson. The origin of Rhino, Colonel Jameson, Matt Murdock, and Dr. Kurt Connors has a cameo. Again, the first appearance of MJ in a 4.0. This is ASM 43. Yes. Rhino on the Rampage. Yeah.
One of my happiest books to have, my MJ collection.
Yeah. All right.
Notice it's not a Spider-Man collection, it's my MJ collection.
Of the books that I'm going to show today, from 1 to 50, this is probably the second highest grade that I have. It's ASM 36. Yep, ASM 36. It's the origin and first appearance of the Looter. Will we see him in the MCU? Probably not. That's probably why I have this book in such a higher grade, because it's not deemed that much of a key. However, I believe 36. It might be Ditko's last cover.
So you jump from 43 down to 36.
Unless I missed a few books here, unless I have those books in raw form. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was
just saying, I might have to hook you up then later. We'll talk. I have 3 copies of 42 right now.
Okay.
So I might have to. Yeah, that's that first full cameo of Mary Jane where she utters those words. You hit the jackpot tiger, right?
Yeah, I may have it raw. But anyways, issue 36 and a 7.0. The first appearance of the Looter.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, what was the first Romita cover? It's the one where the Green Goblin is 38?
No, that 38 is the last Ditko. 39 is the first Romita. That's the one
with that iconic cover.
The hog-tied, Peter Parker hanging off the,
Okay. This book.
Yeah, Shop 38 is the last Ditko.
Okay. This book is what most consider to be Stan Lee's best work on Spider-Man in a single book. It's a very iconic cover, and it's because of those things that I brought this book to Stan Lee to sign. And this book was signed in Toronto in 2014, It's, of course, Amazing Spider-Man issue 33, the final chapter, in a 4.5.
Yeah.
And that's actually a decent Stan Lee signature.
Yeah, I'll claim it.
But yeah. Yeah, and just looking at the back, if you guys want to learn how to work out, all you have to do is cut the coupon out and send it to this man.
I think you should crack that and do that. Just like
All right.
I got some golden age ones here where I can crack them out and get the coupon to have my pictures blown up to be 5x7s for a free 5x7. I mean, that's worth it, right? just cut that. Just cut that out.
I don't think I've got the same one. In January 1996, ASM 32 came out. It's a Dr. Octopus appearance. The second appearance of Dr. Connors. This is a 4.5 with white pages. And it's a man on
white pages.
Yep, 4.5 with white pages.
White pages. That's an old book, dude. That's what 65.
Man on a Rampage.
All right, is that 65?
January 66.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm presuming it probably came out Halloween 65-ish.
Yeah, I don't have that one in my collection.
Yeah, Man on a Rampage. And I do think that this book has been pressed. So it's probably the best it's going to get. All right. This, I think you would strongly agree, is probably the most undervalued Spider-Man key between, I would say, 30 and 40. This is a 5.5 off-white to white of the first appearance of Gwen Stacy, Harry Osborn, and Professor Miles Warren. Ooh. But basically the first appearance of Gwen and the first appearance of Harry. Spider-Man 31.
Yeah.
I remember at the time I bought this book at a small con in Toronto, and there's still creases, so this book can definitely move up because it does have some pretty bad creases there.
That's another one I've been like looking for to find the right one because I don't have that one. That's what 20. What number is that one again?
31.
31.
Yeah, okay. 31. First Gwen and first Harry. I remember like spending like $125 and feeling like I got ripped off.
Yeah, you're pretty happy with that, huh?
You know, at the time you think time isn't your friend. Like, do I really want to spend that much money on a book with all these creases? But anyway,
well, that's it. You know, because things change, because and values change, right? Because so I mean, that's Amazing Spider-Man 31
in a 5.5.
Just out of curiosity, so. It's coming up. Come on, think about it, internet. You can do it. You can do it. We're not live or anything. Fair market value on it, $650 with actual sales going for right around that last couple months. Sales have ranged from 600 with a high to 650. So that's solid there. But it was only actually, damn, I could have got it last year for less than $300. I slept on the wheel. I sleep at the wheel. I'd be happy with a 5.5. You can just send it over. All right.
Okay.
I just put a list together here. Just send over this list that I'm going to make for you. How's that?
This book was the very first one that I picked up to start this mad collection of trying to get 1 to 50. Looking at it, it definitely could use a little TLC and would probably upgrade a full grade.
Ooh.
It says ASM 30, featuring the first appearance of the Cat Burglar in a 5.5.
It's a lot of dark cover, though.
It's a lot of dark cover. There's a lot. There's a few creases. That's why I'm thinking it could use some TLC.
If it's got a creases, I mean, if the question is whether they're color breaking and how long they are, because 5.5 is where, depending upon the length of a color breaking crease, will cap a book, is the maximum grade it can get. So it doesn't matter how well everything else presses out. If there's a color breaking crease, I think it's over like 1.5 or 2 inches. that 5.5 is the max grade you're going to get, period. That's why
I'm happy with it.
I have a couple mystery and space books that you look at them and you go, oh, that book is like a 859, but it has a crease from subscription crease that won't go out, and because of that, it's a 5.5, and you're like, oh,
Okay.
damn. So 5.5s are great grades, by the way, guys, to look for oftentimes in books, especially for these Silver Age books, because there are a lot of subscription crease books out there that people might have held on to them, kept them well preserved, but they're just 5.5s for that reason. But they present so well, and the book can be so clean, but it's still just a 5.5.
Amazing Spider-Man 29 features the second appearance of this.
Mark's here to go deep into Chris.
All right.
Nice.
I can't. I have no comment.
He's ready to go 18 to 20 centimeters.
All right. Yeah. Oh. ASM 29 features the second appearance of the Scorpion. I bought this book off a wall at a comic shop near my home, and I thought it was a lot better than the grade it came back at. What I failed, or at the time, I wasn't educated on the whole idea of pressing. And as I look at this today, like, my God, it looked like it's been run over by a car, and it definitely could upgrade from the 3.5 that it's at. But this, to me, is actually one of my favorite early ASM covers. Never Step on a Scorpion. And see, you could probably see there are some.
Yeah. Now those are 19 is by far one of my favorite all-time ASM covers, but that one's definitely in probably the top 10, 15.
Yep. All right, let's slide this one out of this crummy bag. So ASM 26 is just kind of one of those books. If you're working on Spider-Man 1 to 50, this is one of the books you should probably start with. It's affordable. It's not necessarily a key. It doesn't have one of those big banger covers that everyone's in love with. It's just a Stanley and Steve Ditko story with art done by Steve, and it just features a Green Goblin appearance. So mine's at a 4.5, and I can already tell that it can be cleaned and pressed again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this would be one of those books. If you're thinking about hopping on 1 to 50, this is one that you could probably pick up really affordably.
A 4.5 is about $150, fair market value.
Yeah.
That happens to be what mine is. So as I'm looking at my list, like, oh.
Yeah. And there's a few big creases in there, and it looks like someone used a pencil or a pen on it.
Yes. What it was with us as kids, man, and not that you did it, but I remember doing similar things, and I have some books that I've got where just coloring in eyes and coloring mustaches on people and whatnot. I mean, Kenny did a great thing on that kids ruining comics recently. I don't know if you saw it, and it was featuring a bunch of just books like this where kids doodled on them.
Now this is one of those covers.
Nosfest says he picked up one of the ASM 26 for $50 just 2 months ago. Nice job.
Terrific. ASM 25 has got one of those covers where you kind of look at it and you're like, what?
That book is so important. My God, I love ASM 25. I love ASM 25.
It's the first cameo of MJ.
No face.
Her face is not shown. Yeah, her face isn't shown. First appearance of Professor Spencer Smythe and the Spider Slayer. Yeah. And
if you are an MJ fan, this is a must-have book in your collection.
First cameo of MJ.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, I don't know what Spider-Man's shooting there, but it's not his webbing, so that's why this book is, kind of what's he doing there?
It's a special edition for Slab Hub.
Yeah, it's and how he's shooting it on that angle, I don't know.
Maybe he broke his web shooters. I don't know.
But yeah, it's in a nice healthy 5.0.
Which I mean, right now, recent sales on that book in a 5.0 about $250 is what seems to be has been going for recently.
Okay.
FMV is listed at 300, but the last sale was 247. So
yeah. Now this is probably one of the most, rough shape copies that I have outside of the first 15. Yeah,
he was
and
thinking about MJ,
yeah,
even though he hadn't met her yet.
I kind of wish I could
What's funny
almost
is like, hold on, I want to go back for a second to 25 for a second. This is like really actually the thing. It's just this is where I get so crazed when I hear people stories like where supposedly like MJ wasn't meant to be Peter's girlfriend or wife or whatever, supposedly that it was supposed to be Gwen Stacy. That story seems so odd to me when you sit there and go, you introduced to this character in issue 25 and then you
before Gwen.
teased before Gwen, you teased it and strung it along over the course. Well, that was 65. That was 1965, and 42. Her first full cameo doesn't come out till 66. So you string it along for nearly a year and a half before she makes her first appearance. You can't tell me that a character like that was not meant to be the original or the main long-term love interest. It just seems kind of odd that you would tease an ancillary background character for such a long build-up.
I agree. It's always supposed to have been NJ as far as I'm concerned. But yeah.
Mr. Panda has joined us today. Great googly moogly.
Issue 24 is another one of those books where if you're working on 1 to 50, this could be another one that you can get really cheap in a low grade, and that's exactly what I've done because no grade or low grade is better than no grade. And this book
sometimes it keeps you in a relationship.
Yeah, and and this will be a book that I may crack and get pressed first or second if I decide to do that with any of these books, just because it is like the tide has come in, the tide's going back out. But this book features just a Mysterio appearance. It's the famous Spider-Man Goes Mad cover where the world is upside down on him. As you can tell, just right there, you could probably see some of the waves in it. But yeah, this is a 3.0 ASM 24.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think especially when you start getting in the sub 25 range on these. I mean, ASM, the first 50, first 100 ASMs, that's a run that a lot of people are going after. And there's a lot of so many first appearances, so many key characters that are introduced throughout it that if you want to collect them all and you're not independently wealthy or well off, or got hit by a truck and got a huge settlement, or something like along those lines, then you're going to have to just low grade is what you're going to get, right? And either that or you're just going to take a really long time in order to make that collection. And it's a balancing act, but so many of them end up coming out so good looking, even these lower grades, that just to say you have it, I mean, it's
So I don't know if the grader was drunk when this one got done, but I can tell you right away, this is ASM 23. The number 23 is circled in red ink. There is a chip, probably about an inch long, eighth of an inch deep in a circular motion towards the word amazing. And there is a lot of color breaking spine ticks on it. And it got a 4.0. So this is ASM 24. This is the third appearance of the most famous Spider-Man villain of all, the Green Goblin. You can see right there above the G in amazing, there is a portion ripped out. And you can see the number 24 is circled in red ink. And along the spine here, there is a lot of breaks. So I don't know if 4.0 I was fortunate or not, but I will take it.
Yeah, my experience is not. I mean, I would have probably put it at a 3.5.
Yeah,
just from what I can see here. But you know, you'd be surprised. I mean, sometimes that's just such a difficult realm to really be. I don't know if anybody truly understands the difference. Some of the between a 3
Yeah.
and a 4.5, what the true differences are and all that stuff. Hold on.
But the thing is, the one thing I think his doorbell rang. Everybody.
Yeah, my doorbell rang. I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
I don't know who's at the door, but
But the one thing I can say is that even with those flaws, the colors are still very bright and
oh
vibrant.
yeah,
You can
oh
like the
those reds and blues are amazing. Any Green Goblins,
yes,
yeah, that's
yeah. The cover does present well. I do think that it's been pressed. I'll be honest, and that's
yeah,
probably what got it to the 4 that it's at. But
yeah.
again, I will take it.
No doubt.
And so,
Well, it's CGC. It must be right, right?
yeah. Now this is one
Hold
of
on.
this.
We're gonna pause right here. We're
Okay.
about the halfway mark, I think, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's do it.
let's pause, do our first giveaway. So, guys, if you want to, we're going back to a 5-book pool. The 7-book bonus pool is I have to restock. So five books, not 8, not 7, not 6, 5 books. Hashtag ASM. So you get us that hashtag ASM. No, not Deep in Chris. Hashtag ASM. And
Chris, Mark.
that might be a good one for the next giveaway. No, not a 4-book pool. The counting of the number of the books shall be 5. 3 is far too few, and 6 is right out. For those of you who are Python fans, right? The holy hand grenade of Antioch. Yep. All right. Fair enough. All right. So I see the ASMs rolling in through here, and give everybody another moment or two. So the way again this can work: 5-book pool. When we get the winner, let me know yes or no for kids books, because there are a couple kids books in here. Some of like Scooby Doo and old Donald Duck. So maybe you don't care because it's just old and you'll take it. In which case that's fine too. All right, I'm going to give it another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.5, 2 and 1/4, 2 and 1. All right, so there we are. Let me go ahead and bring in. I could have been doing this whole time, getting this. I do have it already set up. I just didn't have it ready to share the screen. So let's go ahead and share the screen there. Collect our things. We have 11 entries, Chris. And let's go ahead and draw or spin the wheel where it lands. Do, 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 do. Beth. Beth is our winner here, which is fine because I have multiple shipments ready to go up to them, so we can add it to the newest shipments. So Beth, what are we doing here? You ready? We doing kids books? Yes, no? Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Started to sing a song that I shouldn't sing on the YouTube. Well, I shouldn't sing on YouTube, period. But
Right. She said, "Yay."
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay,
All
perfect.
right.
All right. So, Chris,
let's go 3 from the front, 3 from the back, because ASM is 3 letters.
All right. How about the unbelievable Gwenpool? Oops. You know what?
Yeah, let's blow yourself up. Nope.
Boom. Shalaka like a boom. All right. The unbelievable Gwenpool, number 16. All right. And 3 from the back, you said. 1, 2, 3. Marvel Knights 4.
I love the Human Torch.
All right. 3 more books, Chris.
Let's do back and forth, shall we? And now, right in the middle there.
No, you're
Boom.
nowhere near the middle. You were at the back. But
Oh,
that's okay. We
the
have
back of SlabHub.
a shiny Marvel Legacy 1. It's a
Oh,
kind of a lenticular type screen or cover almost, but it does the shifting like a normal lenticular, but it's a plasticky, shiny, awesome cover. I think that's the first million years BC Avengers and first Zegreb, I can't read my own writing. First something else in there. So a couple first appearances. Nice.
now.
Ooh, very first book. Claire and the Dragons.
All right. There's something for their children.
Last one.
And now.
You like the back. And we have a DC Vertigo book, The Dreaming.
Ooh. Is that Neil Gaiman?
No.
Okay.
Brian Talbot, Peter Doherty, J.R. Ozakin. It's hard to read. It's not suggested for mature readers only, it says in small print on here. So not a book for the kids. Congratulations, Beth. That's your first 5 books there. I say first 5 because you never know. You could win again.
Mature readers.
All right. Let me make sure that those books aren't going to fall over while we're there. Let's put this like this and label those. Meanwhile, I'm going to unbiggen myself, bring Chris back to the big side so that way he can start showing some books while I label these ones as Beth.
All right. So this is probably the highest grade that I had left to go. Again, this is one of those books that you may want to, that you could hop in on if you're doing a 1 to 25 run. Issue 22 features the first appearance of Princess Python. It also has Ringmaster and the Circus of Crime, Worst Villains Ever appearance. This is a pretty iconic cover in a 7.5.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this one. Just looking at it, there's no creases, so I think that it has some TLC done to it. If you still want to get big, you can cut out the coupon.
Swole on up.
Yeah. All right. Issue 21 features the Human Torch and the Beetle appearance, and there's a Spider-Man pinup in it. This is a book that has not had any TLC. There is some minor staining on it. It definitely would move up a grade. And because there's not that many, there are some texts, but they don't seem to be color breaking. It's in a 3.5 issue 21. No grade, or low grade is better than no grade.
It's all good.
And yeah, that's just a Stanley story. Steve doing the artwork. All right, issue number 20 features, it's a key. It's the origin and first appearance of the Scorpion. And again, it has a pinup on the inside. And it is, probably a book that could probably use a good pressing. In a 4.0, it's the first appearance of Scorpion.
Oh, fuck you. I love that. That is one of my absolute favorite covers. I missed out. I almost pulled the trigger on a green label one the other day that was like a 5 or a 6 or something. It was a green label for a really cheap price, and I didn't pull the trigger, and I'm so upset.
Now, this is issue 19 features a pretty iconic cover. The Human Torch, the Sandman, the Enforcers all make an appearance. There's the first appearance of Matt Gargan in a cameo on the last page. His first appearance is in the 20 as Scorpion or whatever. But this is Spidey Strikes Back in a 5.0. I love this cover.
Yes.
Yeah. This is back when Stan tried to cram as many teenagers into a book as he possibly could. That's why we have the Human Torch and Peter, showing up multiple times throughout these particular books.
Oh, damn, I missed it. Gary B popped in. Hey, how you doing, Gary? Sorry, ABZ Comics, welcome. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not getting you guys when you come in. I'm slacking on my job responsibility here. Sapphire Glade Comics, welcome.
This definitely needs good pressing. It's definitely going to move up too. ASM 18 features the first appearance of Ned Leeds, and has the Fantastic Four and the Sandman, and has a Daredevil and Avengers cameo. This is not one of my favorite Spider-Man covers. It's unnecessarily busy, in my opinion. But this is a low grade ASM
18.
18.
Yeah, I knew which number that was because I'm actually waiting for my copy to arrive. I got a copy weeks ago, and the shipper and the seller shipped it, but FedEx never logged it in their system, and so now nobody knows where the damn book is. The seller's having to run traces and stuff on it, but I don't think it's that busy. Put it back up, throw it back up there again, would you?
Yeah, it's a lot of wording.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, well, it's no Avengers annual, but I mean, yeah, it does have a fair amount, but I mean, there's still a good cover there.
Yeah, but you can see the crease going right through Spider-Man
Oh,
there.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
this will definitely it'll definitely move up. But
well, but there's a lot of color breaking lines on that one. I don't right now it's at a 2. I mean, yeah, it might get a little bit. I don't think you're going to go higher than the 3 max, just because there's so many color breaking creases that are, significant color breaking creases there. But
yeah, okay. Issue 17 is a key because it features the second appearance of the franchise villain.
Our big man Joe joining us here. He's here to hear you talk trash on ASM.
And what?
Exactly. That's exactly what his last question. He said what with a question mark afterwards. Very good.
This features the return of the franchise villain, the Green Goblin, and of course it's guest starring the Human Torch. Because again, Stan thought teenagers want to read about teenagers. This is a 3.5 second appearance of the Green Goblin.
I don't think he was too far wrong. I mean, that's one of the great appeals of Spider-Man was that he was so relatable. He was dealing with the same things that you dealt with, or that you might, or at least you could relate to, as opposed to Superman worrying about nothing, I guess, because he's impervious to everything, and whether or not somebody knows magic. That's he's worried about, running into Blackstone, the magician at that time. I see.
Blackstone.
I had to reference an older magician from the 60s, and that's impressive right there. Everyone's here now going quick to Google Blackstone the magician. What the hell was that? I don't really know that because I remember that was like buy it at home magic kits that you'd get at the time was Blackstone the magician. Had one. Anyway,
this is ASM 16 is what I consider a minor key, just because it features the first Daredevil crossover. It does feature the second appearance of the worst villains of all, the Ringmaster and the Circus of Crime. But the cool thing about this is this first crossover with Daredevil. Daredevil's still in yellow.
The banana suit. Yes.
A 2.5. At least he's got the D on his chest there.
Look at he's got
because
the cane.
Daredevil likes the D.
He's got the hook cane.
Yeah.
Instead of the baton. What's that, Sonny?
But yeah, this is it's not the best.
Yeah, I'd have a little bit of spine roll.
But again,
just a little bit.
Because low grade is better than no grade.
Hey, yeah, I'm just saying. When you flipped it over, I was like, oh yeah, there's a little bit of spine roll.
There we go.
At least you can
Like
count the pages through the
this is
slab.
my fingernail compared to
Yeah.
the spiral.
Yeah, you can count the pages through the slab.
Yeah.
There you go.
All the pages are there. Uh, this is the book that I will crack first to
Yeah.
get cleaned and pressed.
The Ringmaster in Amazing Spider-Man is the son or grandson, you can't remember, of the original Ringmaster from the Golden Age. There you go.
Woo-woo.
Cool.
This is one of my this will be the book that I get cleaned and pressed first. Not because I think it'll be something that jumps up in.
For the first time you can read a book that's in a slab.
Hold on, let's. There we go. Yep. If you have those X-ray glasses, you can zoom right in on them. Just because this book is special to me, it may not go up if it gets cleaned and pressed from the grade that it's at. It's just at an entry level 2.5. But I think it's probably the fastest moving Spider-Man key below 20. It's the Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. The first appearance of my favorite Spider-Man villain, Kraven the Hunter. Second appearance of the Chameleon, and the first mention of MJ.
Yeah. It's the one major MJ key that's missing from my collection right now.
So as you can see, some of the color has faded, and it's a victim of creasing. It probably, hung out without a bag and board for quite a few years.
It was a loved book.
Yeah, this book has been read. Yeah, this book has been read. It's been enjoyed, but I do think the cleaning portion versus the pressing would actually help it.
Sometimes the cleaning and pressing has nothing to do with trying to get a grade bump, and
right,
it's just improving the presentation. I mean,
yeah, for me, it's just because Kraven's my favorite villain. I would just like to have this book in optimal shape because I'll be honest, I don't think I can afford another first appearance of Kraven because this book has gone through the roof, even just in a mediocre raw form. But 2.5 first appearance of Kraven, I'm more than happy with it.
Dale, I think joining us, brother.
Dale, thanks. And for those of you that haven't seen Dale's artwork of Stray Dogs that he did himself, an homage to Reservoir Dogs, he posted it on IG. Everyone, please go check out that artwork. It's just incredible. Dale has a lot of talent. This book I bought for $100 Canadian.
Mark, you're wrong. Gwen is not greater than MJ. Go to hell when you die.
He married MJ. That's all I have to say. This book.
Hey, look, blondes may have more fun, but redheads muy caliente.
I bought this book for $100. The cover was detached. The spine is completely split, so it is in 3 pieces. It came back in a 1.0. However, that doesn't matter. ASM 14 is the reason why it doesn't matter what the grade is.
Yep.
This is the first appearance of the franchise villain, the household name, the Green Goblin, and it also features the Hulk. But yeah, for those who are wondered that have never read what's here, it just says the first appearance of the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, the Enforcer's appearance, and the first meeting of the Hulk and Spider-Man. And you can see, if I can get a clear one, it just says spine and cover completely detached and split. It's a 1.0, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This book will never leave, it'll eventually leave me after I'm gone, or I'll leave it first. I'll put it that way. This book was actually $200. And I said to the guy, "What's your best price?" And he said $150. And I said, all I have is $100 bill. Thanks anyway. A couple laps around the con later, he saw me again. He's like, "I'll give it to you for $100. Done."
Nice.
Done.
Moral of the story is it always pays to have $100 bill cash in your pocket just in case.
The moral of the story is I'm glad I didn't buy that first that issue number 1 of Web of Spider-Man. for $100 because then I end up getting that one instead.
Yeah, because for the $100, I mean, even at a 1.0, that's probably the better value than Return. Even though Web of Spider-Man has blown up recently, unless a 9.8 on the Web of Spider-Man is still only a $300 book. But
so this is a book where someone just wrote their name, so I have to work with that because again, I'm working on 1 to 150. This is issue number 11. It's the second appearance of Dr. Octopus and the first appearance and death of Bennett Brandt. And please ignore the fact that someone wrote their name on it.
Who cares? Fuck you. I love that we did this for so many weeks where I was showing off slabs and you were gushing and goffing over my piddly little collection while you've been sitting on these glorious books this whole time.
So I'll be honest, this was an eBay buy. I did not get this signed by Stan in person. It's ASM 11, signed by Stan back in June of 2012. In a 4.0. I don't think I spent more than say $200 on it, but it was one of the very first books that I got in my run to 50. At one point I thought maybe I'd get them all signed by Stan, and then I woke up. But yeah, this is ASM 11 signed by Stan Lee.
That would be the collector goal, right? To acquire 1 through 50, all signed by Stan.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be a nut?
My God, like
then once you had it as a collection as a whole, that would be insane.
Yeah, this is
even just the first 10.
Yeah, and speaking of 10, this is issue 10. It's a pretty plain cover. Some cool artwork, but compared to some of the other ones, 1 through 10, this one is just kind of plain.
In the first 15 books, this is probably the easiest and most affordable, accessible book to get into your collection.
Well, thanks for saying that, because this is the 2.0, and it's the first appearance of the big man, Fred Fastwell, and the Enforcers, Montana Ox, and Fancy Dan. And let's just leave it at that, because no grade or low grade is better than no grade. This is a 2.0. I can't really tell why it would be that bad, but yeah. And if you're still interested, for those of you that still want to make a little bit of money on the side, you can sell some shoes Saturday mornings.
Yes.
But yeah, this is ASM 10.
That's a 2.0.
Yeah, and
is there I wonder if there's a cutout inside or something, or
there's nothing listed here. It just says straight up the information. There's nothing negative about the book that they list.
Well, no,
there is a chip out of there is.
Yeah, but that's no worse than the other one you had on that.
Right, and that came back a 4 or 4.5, wasn't it? But this could probably use some TLC, like a good pressing, because in and around the word Spider-Man, it does right there. You could probably see some bubbling happening. But,
that'd be one of those books where I would almost consider paying CGC the money that they want for the graders notes on it, just to see what it was they claimed was the issue, to determine whether that's worth cracking and redoing, because that book looks way better than a 2. Because a 2 to a 4 would be a pretty damn, if you just simply go from the amount of the cutout, the amount of the back cover missing, comparing it to the other book, which was a 4.0, right? And you sit there and say, okay, it's roughly equivalent, if not smaller, then I don't know. Anyways, what is that? Whatever CGC charges for graders notes, as long as it's less than $10, I suppose I'd probably. That's just me. I agree, Shop. Amazing book for a 2.0.
This is issue 8. It's the first appearance of the Living Brain. The Fantastic Four appear in a backup story. And again, we have the Human Torch making an appearance on the cover. This is a special tribute to teenagers. Issue 8 in a 3.0. Yeah. Again, this is just off-white to white. And yeah, when you're working on low numbers, you take what you can get when you get yourself a good value.
Absolutely.
This is a minor key as well. Issue 7 features the second appearance of the Vulture. This is probably one of my worst condition books.
I'll answer a question real quick, if you don't mind me hitting pause for a second. So, Joe, CGC graders notes, they might be there. If you submit, they're only available to you for free if you submitted the book. If you acquire the book, and even though you now own it, once you acquire it, because you're not the person who submitted it, you don't get the graders notes for free. CGC is going to charge you for those graders notes. So only your own books will you get graders notes for free if the graders notes are documented. Sorry. I always like to stop the pause momentarily to educate where we can.
The issue 7 is a minor key. Again, this is a low grade. This is 1.5. The book is very rough, but it features the second appearance of the Vulture. And yeah, it does. It has faded a touch. It has not been cleaned and pressed, and it is missing a very large portion of the bottom cover. So would it go, and it's spine rolled like all the way up to Italy. And would this book go up? Would this book go up to a 2.0?
Probably not.
I don't know, but I'm never cracking this book because ASM 7 is ASM 7. The second appearance of the Vulture. So you can see down here, there's a portion of the book missing. There are no negative comments up on the blue labels, so the book is intact. And I'll talk to you about that spine roll out to Italy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does have all 32 pages or 36 pages that are supposed to be there. But yeah, again, this is just one of those books where I got myself an entry-level book, and that's what I'm working on. Because when you get down to the single-digit ASM numbers, they're hard to find in an affordable price. Now, this book, ASM 6, again, is a big-time key. It's the origin and first appearance of the Lizard, Dr. Kirk Connors. The only problem with this particular book is the cover is detached. It is a real nice copy. It probably could use a pressing as well, but because of the fact that the cover is detached, I can't see it climbing to the point where it would be worth the point of doing it. But again, low grade is better than no grade.
It's in the you have it checked off the list.
I have it. Yeah. So yeah, and the cool thing is it is a white pager. So yeah, before we continue, I do have a couple low number Spider-Mans sitting in my mailbox in Buffalo, New York. And because of COVID, the border has been closed for about 18 or 19 months, and I can't get to it. So I do know that I do have a couple knocked off. What the numbers are, particularly off the top of my head, I'm not sure because I don't want to say, oh, I have ASM, I have ASM 2 waiting for me, or I have ASM 3 waiting for me, and then turn around and look like a liar. But I have one of the two waiting there. This is ASM 5. It's the first Doctor Doom appearance outside the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four do have a cameo on here. This is one of my favorite covers, issue number 5, and it's spine rolled the opposite way versus the ones that I've been showing you. It is just a 2.0. Oh man, spine roll's bad on the back. I wonder if a pressing could straighten that up. But this is the first appearance of Doctor Doom outside the FF. So yeah, you can see the spine roll there.
Yeah.
But more importantly, like this one looks like a Bible.
Yeah, you can see some of the art. You can see the art coming through. Yeah.
So what do you think, Rob? So there is a corner, a portion of the corner missing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you clean and press and attempt to remove the spine roll, do you think that this could be transformed?
If it depends on how much, yeah. I mean, if you get rid of the spine roll, I think you get at least, there's potentially a half grade there, if nothing else. But getting rid of spine roll on those older books, it's a process. It requires, first of all, a good presser. I mean, there's a lot of pressers I see that claim to remove spine rolls, and I've seen a lot of mediocre to almost non-existent jobs. It really takes pressing the book flat first, and then having to repress the fold, right? And there's a lot of way to screw that up or cause if it's not structurally sound, potentially to not do it. Sometimes it's just, what, for what it is, I'd probably just leave it as is. I mean, it's almost not worth it. So questions. Legion asked, how much do they charge for graders notes? I'm unable to locate it at this exact moment. I want to say that it was like $5, but it might be, with all their price hikes they've done recently, it might be $8 or $10. But CGC is the only one who does charge for graders notes, but it's somewhere in that neighborhood, somewhere between $5 and $10 for the notes. So it's not something you want to actually get for every book you acquire. But if you had a book like that one where you're curious, it's definitely potentially worth it. Let's see. Most personal, great question mark. They should charge. Yeah, they shouldn't charge anything. Notes on a book should be available on without fuss. Agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
You'll get no argument from me or on the book or whatever else. Let's see. It's tricky to pop Yeah, it's tricky. It's easy to pop staples. Getting rid of spine roll. Very good. 100%. Agree with me. Leave it be. Good, Mark. I paid $5 for some graders notes on a book. However, it depends on the collectible. There you are. All right, perfect. We're caught back up on the comments. Chris, keep ramming it in here. Give it to me, baby.
I have two more.
We've been going on for the last 10 minutes in the sub 10 range, folks, because break it, Chris. What's she gonna do when Canada runs wild on you? Sorry.
On any given day, ASM 2 or 3 or 4 could be the hot book of the moment. I know 2 right now is being revitalized because of the idea of the Sinister Six showing up, and issue 2 is the first appearance of the Vulture, and blah blah blah. Anyways, I got my hands on either 2 or 3, and like I said a few moments ago, they're sitting in Buffalo, New York. This is issue number 4. Another
confusing to me that you don't know what you have sitting in. You bought that kind of a book, and you don't know what you have.
There's a story, but anyways.
You were kicked in the head by a mule? or you slipped and fell on the ice in a curling accident and got the stone to the head.
No, I don't.
I don't know what the stone is called. There's probably an actual name for it, isn't there?
Yes, it's called a stone.
Oh, I was fucking right. Who knew?
There you go. Issue 4 is
my mighty morphin curling power or knowledge. There you go. Go ahead and try to talk again. I'll interrupt you again. It's okay.
Issue 4 is a mega
just like
key.
This. I can do it all the day long. It's amazing.
It's an omega key. Yeah. Issue 4 is a mega key. I'm not a particular fan of this cover. However, I personally look at it and I think that this book is yes, it's true.
Scott Bakula took over your body and got a comic, and that's what was required to save the timeline. Got it.
Looking at this book, I think it's easily like a 1.8. However, it is not. The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4 features the origin and first appearance of the Sandman, and also features the first appearance of Betty Brant. And my issue 4,
who was caught singing Mr. Sandman.
Yes.
No.
And my book is not a 1.8, although I think it is. It's actually a 3.0.
Stop freaking ASM shaming us.
This is the first appearance of the Sandman, and I don't think that this is all that great of a cover. he's going in for the bear hug, and he goes really skinny, and yeah, Steve Ditko could have probably done something a little bit better
Like
with
the
that.
sands through an hourglass.
Yeah.
So are
This
the
book
days
has
of our
not
life.
been, I can tell you this book has not been cleaned and pressed because it says okay right there. And yeah, so this is issue 4. And this book I've shown before on SlabHub, and I've shown it on many other
We're
channels.
here now, so
This is it. This is it. For those that have been patiently waiting, the crown jewel of my collection is, of course, you've probably seen it before, but The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1. The book I purchased quite a few years ago, and I had it cracked, and I had Stan sign up for me in his final appearance in Canada, and that was September 3rd, my mother's birthday, 2016. And this is my copy of The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 1 in a healthy 2.0. And there's Stan's signature. And for all the glory that the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover is, this one is the complete opposite. That is not lost on me. I do recognize that. But
it's
again, it's still
ASM1, and what have you got? Right?
yeah. Well, I'm not that kind of
So
guy. What do you got? I'm just saying, yeah.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah,
This
that's just
is.
because you're Canadian. But
I'm sorry about
when's
that.
when's
But
that when's that when's that AF-15 that you just bought for 3.6 million arriving?
it's got to clear customs, Rob.
Oh, okay. It's got to get. Does it have to get a COVID screening before it can
it's
come
got
across the border?
it's got to go to Trudeau's house first, and he's got to look at it to make sure that it's okay, and then it will make its way to me. But yeah, that's my slabbed
So of the
Spider-Man
first,
collection.
that's just the slabbed, by the way. So there's
Just the
others that are
slabs.
the ones that are raw.
No, I do
So
have raw.
of
Yep.
those first 10, how
Yep.
many of those first 10 did you have there slabbed? Was that 6 or 7 of them?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
So 7 of the first 10, and then with one other one in the box in your mailbox that you don't know. Is
Not
that raw
slabbed.
or it's
Yeah,
not
it's
slabbed?
raw.
Okay. Okay.
It's raw. Yeah,
Oh, you poor thing.
it's
So
a hard life, Rob.
that first 10, man, that's a what you get knocked out. That's the hardest part, to have that many of that first 10 done.
Issue 2 or issue 3. It's telling me it's actually issue 3, the Doctor Octopus appearance. Issue 2 or issue 3, after you knock off number 1 and you just talk about 1 to 10, I think 2 or 3 are by far the hardest. The Doom one is probably Doom, or number 5 and number 10 are probably the most affordable. Definitely 10 would be the most affordable, just because there's not much to it other than it's an enforcer's appearance.
Yeah.
And this one is the one I'm talking about, of course.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Shop. Right now, I mean, that's the thing, right? With such the boom that's gone over in the last 2 years. You're seeing raw. It used to be that it wasn't as bad because you could buy them raw at reasonable prices, and then either hold them raw or get them slabbed or whatever. But people have been asking slab prices for raw books now, and it's insane. I was like, okay, I understand that, that book, if it's that slabbed at that price, is worth it, but it's not. And
let's be honest, the removal of Comic Cons, basically for the better part of a year now, has made it a little bit more difficult because you can't be face to face trying. You can't be trying to negotiate face to face back and forth, where it's just you're seeing it online, and the price is the price, and duty must be paid. And yeah, I really think once cons start coming more regular, it'll be a little bit more accessible to get, books, and to start getting them, a little bit more cheaper than what, the most recent eBay sale is. However, I'm sure a lot of those dealers are going to be pulling out their phone and saying, "Oh, this one just sold recently for $800. I can do 750 for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
50-50.
I disagree, Sapphire. So I've said it before. I think that the people who are driving the market aren't the people who are getting stimulus checks. The people, I mean, there might be a few people who got stimulus checks and spent it on there, but I think the overwhelming majority got stimulus checks, actually needed it and used it for other things. I think, but what you have though is during this pandemic, people aren't traveling, they're not taking vacations, they're not doing those other things that had it, because the people that are spending this kind of money on these books, or people like me, I didn't get a stimulus check at all throughout this whole time because I'm paying for the stimulus checks. So that's not. I don't think that the stimulus money is as big as a thing as people were. Although I do know a handful of people that would get it and then would turn around and use it for one particular sale. But I don't think that there was enough of it out there to drive the sales away. It's more of people being bored, sitting at home, and not taking vacations and whatnot being a big thing. And Joe did it right though. If I had stimulus money, I probably would be doing on cocaine and hookers. Although my wife is probably object at least to the hookers unless I let her have them first.
Hookers and blow. The fucking Catalina wine mixer, baby.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff moved online, and you don't have, and then we just had the explosion. People bored looking around at all kinds of different stuff. All right, should we give another giveaway?
Let's do it.
So you remember, I don't know if it was, I know it was a big show here in America when I was growing up. It may not have been a big show when you were a kid growing up. And it was a show called That's Incredible. And
Kathy Lee Crosby, Fran Tarkenton, and John. Oh, he was the host of like Tic Tac Toe.
Tic Tac.
You have to help me. You have to help me.
I don't remember the name, and it doesn't really matter. It's not germane.
John Davidson.
There you go.
Boom.
It's not really germane to this conversation. Where I'm going.
I love that show.
But so this show, I think, hashtag that's amazing. So go ahead and put in your hashtag that's amazing. THATS amazing. No apostrophe or anything else. We're going to use poor grammar here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So instead of that's incredible. So that's our hashtag for this one. We'll do another 5-book pull before we release everybody on their own recognizance. All right, let me grab the books here. So again, when we spin the wheel and if your name comes up, please immediately let me know. Kids books, yes. Kids books, no. The most childish book is gone, but like I said, the gold key comics like Donald Duck and something, you might want it because it's freaking an older book. All right, I see that's amazing scrolling through here.
Deep in Chris.
I guess I could have done like hashtag like we hate you, Chris, or something, but
collect what you love, man. I love. If
I could just focus my collecting, I could probably be right there.
Oh yeah,
some of those ones, right? Instead of go, ooh, a Golden Age sci-fi cover. Ooh, this cover.
I'm guilty of that too.
Squirrel.
It's just,
no, it's not rigged. Okay, that's amazing. Good, you got that, Taylor. Good, excellent. All right, boats and hose. Nice. Okay, Taylor's here right in time for the giveaway. All right, so I'm going to give us the 10, the 9, to the 8, to the 7, to the 6, to the 5, to the 4, to the 3, to the 2, to the 1. Why is there a single ant on my arm? Where the all right, that's the end of that. Let's go ahead and collect our comments. 22 comments collected. Very good. And who's the winner? Wheel of Fish. Rock City Comics. Congratulations to you there. Let's go ahead and remove that from there. Rock. Kids books, yes. Kids books, no. Do 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 do. Most exciting part of the show, right here. Kids books, no. Got it. Okay. So let me go ahead and make myself the big man. All right, Chris, how we doing?
All right. That's amazing. Oh, that's just way too many. Let's go 7 from the front.
Number 7 from the front. Free Comic Book Day Stray Dogs signed by
Oh.
Tony Fleeks.
How did you pull that off?
VOA on the back.
That's incredible. See what I did there? All right.
I like that. Yeah.
The-
I'll tell you, this just it's magic. I'm a magical man. I know, because it just came out and it's already signed. You like that, huh?
I like
yeah.
it, and I like Stray Dogs too.
Yeah.
Because I'm holding the first appearance in my hand, and it's issue number 6. Let's go 6 from the back.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, Secret War, book 3 of 5.
That's a great cover. I love when they do Captain America well. That's a great cover.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. I'm holding in my hand the first appearance of Doctor Doom outside the Fantastic Four, and that's issue 5. Let's go 5 from the front, Rob.
2, 3, 4, 5. New Mutants, second print, first appearance of Cable. Very cool.
I have in my hand the second appearance of Dr. Octopus, signed by the creator himself. This is issue 11, so let's go 11 from the rear.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, 11. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 5. This is a Dynamic Forces limited print, one of 3,000 copies.
Excellent. Excellent.
There's your. All right, last book.
Last book. We'll give it a Sandman tribute. The first appearance of Flint Marko, Sandman, was issue number 4 in ASM. Let's go 4 from the front in honor of the Sandman.
All right, book number 4, Batman Adventures, number 10. Congratulations. So, Rock City, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to reach out to me via Instagram. The information is down below there. So that way I can, you have to give me your address. So that way I can, ooh, what the hell? Sorry, my screen disappeared. Give me your address so I can ship those books out to you. The Guardians of Galaxies, yeah, it's got a, or somebody was saying that they have it. There's a COA on it. It says one of 3,000.
Very cool.
All right, cool. So Rock's all set up. All right, Chris, that was some heavy lifting on your part for sure. I feel so inadequate. I'm gonna have to go get SlabHub Viagra in order to perform at your level. No. Anyways, what else you got coming on this week? Let me put you back to. Let me make you an equal member in this presentation here. You got Wednesday coming up. I know that. Is Wednesday going to be from the car, or are you going to go back? Are you going to do the live format some more?
First, let me just say, for everyone that's joined us here on Slab Hub, I know this is Rob's show, but thanks for tuning in for the last few weeks and showing. Let me show you guys what I picked up. My Spiderman collection is something that's very personal and something I'm very proud of. It's something that I've dreamt of through my 20s and my 30s, and it's only, in the last 10 years I've been able to put it all together. So those of you that join Rob here, make sure that you hit that like button, and thanks for hanging out with us. And to answer Rob's question, this Wednesday I'm going to have an open invitation. If you picked up your new books Tuesday or Wednesday, please check out my channel. Reach out to me, and I will invite you on. Last Wednesday was a real good time. Rob joined me. Mark, he spent some time with me as well. We're showing off our books, talking about what if, and just having a good old time. And I know Lee from Australia, Whack Comics, he hopped on in the final bit. And yeah, so feel free to reach out. It'll be an open invitation. We'll go a few hours. We'll have a good laugh. And yeah, later this afternoon, maybe this evening, I will be releasing a video for this incredible garage sale that I found earlier today, in which I picked up some low number Amazing Spider-Man books, including a big key. And I am very proud of what I was able to find. And I'll just put it to you this way. This guy used to work at a comic shop and decided to dump his collection. So I'll be showing these key books and Spider-Man books to help fill in my collection that I found today. Tomorrow,
you could do yourself a beautiful comic wall of just ASM keys there right behind you, and we would
you say that every week, but
because
I don't want to distract from this. Like, come on. But anyways, tomorrow, Mark and myself will be doing Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks again, like we do every Sunday, talking about two books that we feel you may want to consider picking up for this new comic book day. And also, I will be joined by this handsome devil and Nav's Comics, who's been posting faithfully in the chat. Nav and I will be having a box battle from mystery boxes that was released by this handsome devil a couple months ago. And the cool thing is about this box battle is the grand prize has yet to be claimed. And I can honestly say that I have not opened my box. I do not know what I got. I will open it on my channel live with Nav and with Rob, basically moderating the battle between us, just letting us know what books are keys, what are going to be variants, what are basically numbered, or if they're exclusive to certain retailers. Rob's going to be providing that commentary for both myself and Nav. It'll be good exposure for Nav Comics. For those of you that are not subscribed to Nav, Nav's a very cool collector. You may want to check out his YouTube channel. I will have his link to his social media in the comments for tomorrow's video. Monday, I will have a mystery box Monday featuring a CGC monthly mystery box that I will open. And Wednesday, feel free to come hang out. Rob, what do you got going on, man?
Well, yeah, tonight I'll be on Chip's channel for banter. Make sure you guys check out, if you're not already signed up to Chip White Shadow. Community banter goes on for hours. Last couple times it's been about 7+ hours. So it's not something you want to watch in rerun. Just drop in from time to time or put it on in the background while you're playing with the family, playing board games with the family or something else. Tell your family, I want to be there with you guys and secretly have an earbud in and play board games with them while you're listening to us banter about all kinds of crazy stuff. Obviously tomorrow I'll be on your channel for the box battle, and Monday back at our normal Monday mail call. And some point during the week I do have the an IRF Authentics mystery box video that's going to drop. Did I get a sketch cover?
I love how he put it that way. Love it.
Because more than half the boxes had a sketch cover inside. It was their second anniversary box. It was a special anniversary box that was done. And actually was, I won't get much into it because it's just leave that for the video that drops later in the week. All right, guys. As always, appreciate you guys coming out for Slab Hub. Again, Chris will be on showing off some more amazing slabs that he secretly had been hiding away from us again next week. After that, we're going to start bringing on some guests. If you're interested in being a guest, on SlabHub and showing off either your entire collection or just a select few key books, make sure you ping me through Instagram and let me know that you're interested, and we'll begin scheduling out folks for future editions of SlabHub. We love you guys. Slaberific. Be slabby. What else can we say about slabs?
I love the way your wife says it. That's all I got for you, Rob.
All right, well, there you go. Until next time, collect what you want and don't listen to anyone, including myself. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.